Hello, my name's John Wright, and I'm just sitting right here. I've actually made some notes and stuff, and, I think I'm just the common guy anyway. Usually, I really do think that. I think I'm just the normal guy, just like the next person. Would you like a piece of bread? Maybe we could feed 1,000 people this morning. Jesus Christ. Sneezes. I mean, you know what? I've been led astray this way and that way. You know what I do know? Is I've prayed to God. I have been with people. They've seemed to experience the Holy Father in events or whatever, whatever. So anyway, I'm just saying. Now, let's see. There's a lot of things that come to mind. I wonder if I should go to the end of it first because I like to work cases from the back and the forward. Oh boy. Because if I do it this way, it all seems to work right because somehow I get it backwards. And I do, so let's just do this. My kind of thoughts for this morning. And you know what? I just love to tell people my thoughts as I'm thinking it, and I don't really like things really scripted, but you do have to keep your thought pattern when you're talking to people. Now, the sympathy fuck. Let me tell you about it. Oh, sympathy fuck. Oh, God. I will. No, I'll do it. I'll do the job. You know what? I actually witnessed a man. His name's Pat Urian. He's a friend of mine, and I don't mind dropping names. My wife that I was married to, I told her that I slept with Pat's wife, and she went and told Pat. You know what the funny thing was, you know what Pat told me? Yeah, she was a pretty good fuck, wasn't she? She was pretty good. She was pretty good sex, and I just thought there like that. Wow, he should kick my ass. No. He says, no, she was pretty good. She was a car hop at the local drive-in. She just hopped from one car to another, fucking nailing guys. Because why? She liked to get fucking banged. And Pat ended up with her. He had a good job, by the way. So, now, anyway, the sympathy fuck. Now, when Pat's mother got sick and she had a heart problem and stuff, and some of the things that some of these people say, you wonder why they end up with a heart attack. For Pat's mother to come in, Mary Lou, and to sit there in front of me, and she says to Pat, she's a beautiful woman, she's sitting there in a beautiful dress, and she says, this is why Pat has such a strange thing about money. Pat's mother would say, well, there's never enough money. Money. And I just love this. Pat's mother had such long hair. I don't know if she ever cut it off, Mary Lou. And she went over to my sister's, over to the Centralia College, and my sister Debbie did her hair, had to do it all in a perm and stuff. She said it took all goddamn day, and the woman gave her only 25 or 50 cents, and it was supposed to be like, it was an insult. But I'll tell you what, my sister really didn't do very good work, and maybe it took her 2 years to get through a 1-year program. Everybody had to nurture her through it, and it was okay. Why? Well, maybe it was because Debbie was being nurtured so much at home and stuff that everything, all the stuff that she was doing was fine, and she was dealing drugs and stuff for Jerry on the side, throughout everything, and that really took up Debbie's time and stuff like that. See, Jerry's behind a lot of things, like with Debbie, and even now with Mark and Mark's children, But anyway, let's go back to Pat for a second. But when his mother died, Mary Lou, Pat was in Canada, and he was up there where the whores are. He says, I think God allowed me to be with the whores when my mother died. Well, boy, I tell you, that one was something. And so he told me that. Then there's this other girl that's across town, and stuff, that will lay him. She's got a hot tub and stuff he's told me all about. He says, I'm going to go over to her house and I'm going to get a sympathy fuck. Man, oh man, when men have to use a sympathy fuck to bag sex out of a woman, I think that they should have a cat house and a whorehouse downtown, because there should be no excuses for a man to be such less than a man. You know, I'm for prostitution in the United States of America. Goddamn right, you give them a house and you let those girls work. And you know what? There's a fucking lot of there's a lot of marriages that's been saved by going to the whorehouse. The guilt that a man feels for doing such a thing, so dirty. yeah, that's right. Women, you send your men to the whorehouse. So, yeah, you don't like it here? You go over there and you just pay for it, because I'll tell you what, you're going to pay, motherfucker. I just love women's rights, by the way. Don't take away women's rights, because don't put Babie in the goddamn corner. Look at this. I'm wearing my pink shirt today. I am hello. Hey, hello. Hello. My name's John Wright. Look at my pink fucking shirt. You know, Ernie told me yesterday he likes pink. You know, I like pink too, baby. He's my brother-in-law. He ain't my baby, by the way. But I do like Ernie. I do like Ernie very much. Matter of fact, Ernie's the only person that I've ever asked for a package of meat from in my life. And Ernie, you know, you never bite the hand that feeds you. Ernie has been goddamn good. Ernie has been so good. Ernie has been so good to my sister Bonnie. I have thanked him so many times for protecting my sister. I don't know. I don't think he could count the times, but let's say, okay, now let's move on. Now we got the sympathy fuck out of the way, and I really do like my sister and my brother-in-law. He really turned out to be my best friend after all, I feel. So anyway, and everybody's still missing, all that still missing shit. They're not still missing. We have blown the case on all this and JFK too, because it all links together. Still missing? Bullshit. That's why the Lancers came out of Texas and went over there to the Middle East and did a number in the Middle East just a while back. And Joe Biden, he's your president. Donald Trump, no. And Donald Trump wants to pass himself as what? Some kind of a... I believe Donald Trump's Antichrist. The Antichrist has been defeated. And you know what? My ex-wife knows there's a little bit of magic to what I say and what I do. I love it too, by the way. And, oh, maybe I'm special to God, and God is my armor. I'm still standing right here, you guys. All you guys that ran me out of Lewis County and my bowling alley, and they even filed court papers on me to keep me away from my bowling alley. I would have been arrested if I would have came back there. Even when Pacific Coast Investments called me up at my home and said, we've taken over the bowling alley here, come here and take over your bowling alley now. We're going to give it to you, John. John, you are going to get this bowling alley. Nope, I was not. I refused to go there. I went to Pacific Coast Investments because I knew I would have been put in jail and I would have been entrapped and they would have murdered me. I goddamn know they would have done that. I had a guy named Chopper come to my house and tell me that I have a problem. I have a problem with a real estate agent. Really? Tell me more. Yeah. No. You know what I'm talking about, John. You know, he owes you some money. He owes you $400,000. I'll collect for half. I thought about what my dad would say to him. Well, if you think he owes me money, go ahead and collect it. I mean, it's yours. If you think that guy owes me money and you're going to get 50% for getting it for me, my gosh, you just go over there and take it from him. It's yours. If you think that, go ahead. You're addressing the wrong person is what I'm telling him. I made it really clear to Chopper. Oh, and by the way, the people that got killed out there at Salcombe, oh boy, Bob Deck and his son, they were my friends. And I tell you what, Bob Deck got my dad's wedding ring from Rose Bush, and Rose Bush cut it in half because she was going to pawn it and stuff. And he brought it back to me, my dad's wedding ring in pieces and stuff. And I said, oh, really? I said, you know what we're going to do? I said, you just come over, and when I find, and we're going to find out like I found out. And when he comes up, I'm just going to grab you and I'm going to throw you up against the goddamn wall. And we're going to fucking just blow this chick's fucking mind. And he came over and we goddamn did it. And I fucking just jerked him through the room and fucking slammed him up against the wall. And I was really husky at the time I was logging. And I wasn't broke. And I fucking was going to haul off and just fucking hit him. No, I did it. Oh, I love just getting Rose to talk. Because she knew we were all fucking friends. And she goddamn, oh no. See, things backfire on people. And I love setting people up once I goddamn get them. So anyway, why should I trust anybody? Even my ex-wife has threatened me with a gun. She came to my home after, I think after she'd seen my brother Jerry, she came to my home with actually a shotgun. I never put it together. And she started going out with this guy named Chris. And that Chris, he said something to me on the phone about my son, a little snot fucker. Oh boy, I clicked the phone and I fucking ran out there. I drove out there with my Camaro and I fucking come in the driveway. I come to the goddamn door. I fucking pound on the fucking door. I want fucking Chris's ass to come downstairs. He's fucking ran upstairs. He's hiding behind the woman. You know, I don't like people that hides behind women or children. And I don't like women that have to hide behind men in the process. So come out wherever you are, you know. And she had lunch with my brother Jerry, and she calls him the propeller. Jerry must be the mastermind. Apparently my wife says so too. And by the way, I will tell you that even though me and my wife has had differences, you know, I don't want to hold nothing against her, but obviously I could. I mean, if you look in the courthouse documents down there at the courthouse, actually, she told people and whatever that I was threatening her, that I would shoot her with that very 30-30 that murdered my best friend. And I have it in my possession because my sister gave it to her, and it turned out to be a 3-ring circus, and that's what they enjoy doing. That's what they goddamn enjoy doing. And you know what? The other day when I talked to my ex-wife, she has selective memory, but she did tell me that she's been sick, you know, over these years and stuff, and it's kind of like minimizing the truth. And if you're hiding behind a preacher and stuff, you know, that's another thing. I mean, when I came to her house after these boys, Brian and Kyle and Andy was murdered, well, they died in a car accident, and the Adolphson boy, his dad has a real estate agent. See, what's happened here? Somebody forced to comply here, because I had to suffer with having a state patrol come to my house and tell me about this wreck where these boys went down the Brown Road, and this is the Brown property here, and we got Brown up there at the paper mill and fiberboard, and we got the Brown Cemetery next door over here at the next to the bowling alley in Morton, Washington, that's now named Millhouse Smokehouse after President Nixon, apparently. And also those people that live in Morton that have the museum yin and yang away from it, you know, they have a Millhouse in their family, and they see Millhouse as some kind of a sign, and they're following signs. You know, even in the Bible it talks about people that's following signs. Now, if this QAnon is exactly what that is, Marjorie Taylor, oh my God, could you imagine? Now, there is trust. Donald Trump wants to say that he wants to cut the baby in half. Now, that goddamn resonates with me. And there's a saw up there in Morton, Washington. By the way, up there in Morton, Washington, that bowling alley has a saw in the front of it. Cut it in half. And you know what? Donald Trump is telling these little red rums through the text messages and stuff, it's time to cut the baby in half. He's about ready to lose his stuff. And just because Donald Trump's losing his stuff, he will fucking pull you down and you will lose your stuff too. And I will tell you something, like I told my brother-in-law yesterday, you know, if Donald Trump's reelected, my pension will go bye-bye. His pension will go bye-bye. the Social Security will go bye-bye. And I goddamn guarantee you that if you live from paycheck to paycheck like you do, or welfare, or any of the systems and stuff, you know that you are a Democrat, and don't be fooled by this little red sucker over here. This guy is in so much goddamn trouble now. And you know, Jerry Wright's hiding behind his goddamn fence up there on the Middle Fork Road. And you know, Jerry Wright should be arrested immediately. I'd like to see that goddamn asshole. And Bruce Kimsey, he should be goddamn arrested. I'd like to see that asshole. George Fairhart, he should be goddamn arrested, because I'd like to see that asshole. And Mr. Rowland, my illustrious goddamn attorney, I'd like to see his fucking ass, and I'd goddamn like to give him a goddamn good chew out. And I'd like to see him in his goddamn office, because we'll reenact that whole goddamn thing that he did in that office. And I'll show you how it was supposed to end, with him being drugged out, thrown out the door, and thrown off the balcony right there, because there's a music center right door that says Clinton's Music Center. They want to blame it on the Democrat Party. They want to blame it on the Democrat Party, but it is the Boy Scouts that's been abused, the Little Red Raspberries, and they murdered John F. Kennedy in the process. And everybody should get it straight. The law enforcement community, they want Donald Trump. Anybody that's a Republican in the law enforcement community needs to be fired. You need your goddamn head examined. And if you've got a name like Sue, or a girl's name that's in your name also, or a name like L, or a C, like Donald Trump's dad's middle initial is C, like Robert Clifton Kling down there, I'll tell you what, Little Red Raspberries. And I caught Bob Kling going over to meetings over here in Thurston County, and I found out it was a cult then in Lewis County, and they were writing red writing in the courthouses, and the courthouses would give me, when I paid for the documents, the courthouses blacked all of them out like it was, what, JFK? What did this have to do? Oh, I'll tell you what. I had these people harass me down in Lewis County, and there was a great big fucking flood. And I said, I fucking prayed that there would be a goddamn God would dump out on these fucking people. There was a great big fucking flood. Now, it's your choice. Who's the goddamn evil little bastard in this? Donald Trump or John Wright? I believe in God Almighty. I believe the Holy Father in heaven, and I do not believe I am God. Now, if God Almighty feels that I'm special, and by the way, there's other people that's witnessed this, I will fucking speak the truth. Will you? I never asked to even be born. But I do know when you look at the alphabet and you run the numbers, D, J, T against J, T, W, they have the equal opposite if you go from the alphabet A to Z, and from Z to A, and A, or from one to the end to this way, back and forth, and you look at those numbers, they are fucking goddamn exactly the same. Which one of us has chosen to be your next president of the United States? You know what? If I had the job, I know what I'd do with it. I'd surround myself with brilliant people. And if I fucking seen any deception in it, I would fucking can their ass. I goddamn would not have no fucking problem with that. So, let's see. Oh boy. What's on my list now? Twin Star Credit Union. Right there, Morton, Washington, across the street from the Hezbollah thing. They've been funneling money to the Middle East. And the way the Twin Star is you know what? I go down there, I open up an account. Right? Now, I can write a check to cover my drugs for the month for $30. And I could go goddamn buy fucking drugs and sell them to the community. And pay that at the end of the month. Man, I fucking got a fucking drug dealer right there at the Twin Star Credit Union. And that's what people do. You know why? I do the same goddamn thing, but I don't do it on drugs. I do it on everything from buying a car, Corvette to whatever. It's a good deal if you use it that way. But if you use it the other way to buy your drugs and stuff, you're financing it. And you're financing the goddamn drugs in the Middle East. Isn't that something? And it's 20 minutes. I got to get out of here, but I could go on and on and on. And Donald Trump's in trouble today, and Donald Trump's going down. And by the way, you'll do a lot of things for love. You'll do a lot of things for love. So I'll tell you what you do and what you goddamn don't do. You know, my name's John Wright. You know what? I never chose to be born, but I'm here, and at least I'd come forward and tell you the truth when other people won't. And you'll do a lot of things for love, but love points straight down. Stupid things, by the way. But now, if you love Donald Trump and you want to do something stupid and support him, you will go straight down. Because Donald Trump needs to change out of your pockets. He needs everything. He needs the welfare system cut off because he wants to run a coup. Cuckoo. And now, but if you love your country, you love everyone, even if you're gay, whoever you are, it goddamn don't matter. If you just goddamn don't put up with the bullshit anymore, you're going to go straight up. I guarantee it. I'm looking forward to a new life and happiness, by the way. And you have a nice day. And just because I get to go up now, Donald Trump's going to crash. And the Holy Father, I believe, has written it, by the way, or just luck had it to be, that I believe in the Holy Father. I did not deny him. When others was like, you really believe in him after we fucking fooled you? Hey, what happens to a person when they stuck you through a goddamn meat grinder like I told Jim Wright? Jim Wright could even goddamn attest to it. You believe in God so much, John, you commit suicide. I'll follow you. What was his motive? Because they fucking was hiding the D.B. Cooper stuff. They know it'll be them. Anyway, thank you for your time, and you have a great day. Donald Trump's going down, and don't complain, because he has deceived the red Republican Party. And so is the rest of these goofballs. And stop using them. Stop going with them. You know what? Don't go with that girlfriend because he's not your girlfriend. Just because he puts blonde hair on his head doesn't mean you're supposed to chase after a blonde. And he's got red, so he's red panties. No, 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 no. That's not true. And my name's John Wright. My brother's Jerry's face is right there for the public to see. I'm not hiding anything. Thank you for your time, and you have a great day.